around May Day for our coming May Day. I tell you what, this year's meeting back in November, it was the shortest ever discussion we had on that issue. There was no question, no discussion. We could see already the awful genocide taking place in Palestine, the attacks on Gaza taking place. And we concluded that we would keep a tradition in Chesterfield May Day of international solidarity that stands up with the oppressed people across the world. We were proud to invite members of the anti-apartheid movement to speak on this platform back in the 80s and the 90s to campaign against apartheid and division in South Africa. And we're very, very proud today to invite a representative of the Palestinian community here in Britain to speak to our May Day rally today. So I'd like you all to give a very, very welcome to Dima Al Shami from the Sheffield Palestine Solidarity Committee, who's going to talk to us today. Dima.
Wow, Chesterfield, what an energy. I'm so lucky to be sharing my platform today with so many excellent comrades before me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dima Al Shami. I'm a Palestinian born in Gaza, raised right here in Yorkshire. When invited to speak at this event, I considered the importance of May Day, what it means and what it symbolises. It's one of power to the people, it's one of intersectionality, and it's one of solidarity. And all those things and the way that they link to Palestine and our ongoing plight for freedom and justice. Workers of the world, including trade unions in the UK, are and have historically been on the side of Palestine. This is because we understand that the same power structures, hierarchies and insidious discrimination enforced by capitalism oppressing us here at home are the same powers at play supporting and enforcing the ongoing ethnic cleansing in Palestine. It's because we understand that we have more in common with each other than we do with the ruling classes. And finally, it's because we understand what it means to have unequal bargaining power between ourselves and our oppressors. This is something the Palestinian people have known all too well. A 2.4 million civilian population in Gaza without an army, without a navy, or $3.8 billion a year of US military aid alone is not on symmetry with their oppressor. We have witnessed failed Oslo Accords, a demonstrated failed two-state solution, the ongoing building of illegal settlements, diverting of Palestinian water sources, and much, much more employed by the occupying power, the apartheid state of Israel. And with the ongoing genocide in Palestine, we've watched how the ruling class here in the UK have tried to scapegoat major political, social, and economic issues onto the issue of Palestine. We recently had Prime Minister Rishi Sunak denounce pro-Palestine peaceful protesters as extremists threatening to replace democracy with mob rule. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not sure what an unelected Prime Minister has to say about democracy. I'm not sure that I care that a Prime Minister whose own family avoided millions of pounds in taxes in the same country he was an MP and Chancellor but voted to suspend free school meals has to say about any social issues. In fact, I think it's him and the Tory party who are extreme. Extremely stupid. There is nothing extreme about campaigning against 75 years of settler colonialism. There is nothing extreme about campaigning against 55 years of illegal military occupation, 16 years of indefinite siege on Gaza, and 6 months of genocidal attacks on a largely civilian, unarmed population in Gaza. It shows you exactly what the state of Israel is. A lapdog of the US and Europe, serving a geopolitical interest and ally in the Middle East for enforcing Western ideology and politics. It's not a coincidence the same powers that are aiding and abetting, in addition to financially supporting the existence of an apartheid, war criminal, warmongering state, whilst there's a cost of living crisis here, right at home. It's a deliberate policy choice that should signal to us our politicians have made their priorities clear. Shame.
Shame!
And this May Day, I want to finish by taking the opportunity to speak about Palestinian workers and the ways in which capital is used to exacerbate their existing struggle alongside the ongoing genocide they are being subjected to. A siege constituting no clean water, a lack of food, electricity or fuel in Gaza. Workers in Gaza have not received their salaries since the war in Gaza began. This continues to be withheld by the state of Israel, who's responsible for transferring tax revenue to the Palestinian Authority. This is a form of collective punishment deployed by the occupying power to exacerbate the struggle and to humiliate the Palestinian people. I want to speak about the deliberate targeting of hospitals, healthcare workers that include, but are not limited to, the ongoing war in Gaza. The targeting of journalists on the ground in Gaza who work to deliver the truth. The university lecturers who have had not a single university to lecture at due to the targeted and indiscriminate bombings. And the school teachers who are left with rubbled schools and worse, killed students. Today, I want to remind us all that one of us is all of us. Just because these things aren't happening here does not mean that they are not happening.
Yeah.
And in the words of Martin Luther King, justice delayed is justice denied. Ceasefire now, free Palestine. Thank you.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Thank you so much, Dima. Thank you so much for that. Can I say that was a fantastically important, powerful speech, and the work that Dima and others have done in the Palestine campaigns, particularly for years, but particularly over the last 6 months, have been really, really important. I'd like to invite people to visit the Chesterfield for Palestine stall here today with lots of information about ongoing campaigning around the issue of Palestine. The oppression and the attacks go on, and as the oppression and attacks go on, our movement for Free Palestine will stay on the streets. We'll march, we'll protest, we'll demonstrate, we'll call for boycotts, we'll call for sanctions, we'll keep this movement on our streets. So thank you so much for your eloquent testimony, Dima.